So guys, listening is a skill. Being able to listen effectively, especially when someone is suffering or they're going through challenges, the way we listen is really, really important. Now, I'm no expert on it, but I've experienced it from both sides. I've been the one suffering, and I've had people that are really good at listening, and I've had people that aren't so great at listening, and it can be really damaging. It can be really heartbreaking when, the people that you reach out to, out of love and out of care for you, they try their best, but they get it wrong sometimes. And when you put these people up on a pedestal of, I'm reaching out to you and I need your help, and then they get it wrong, it can be pretty damaging, I guess. So, I don't put pressure on people, but if you have a little bit of knowledge, it can make a big difference to how you listen. And what I'm going to talk about today is just it's a TED talk that I listened to, and I'll share the link. And the girl that was talking goes through these, I think, 4 questions that you ask when somebody, you can tell they're struggling. And the first question is, can you do this? Can you do this alone? And in an ideal world, if they're ready for help, they'll say no. So that leads you on to the next question. Can I help? Is there some way that I can help you? And again, if they're ready for that help, they'll say yes. So you go, great, I'm ready to help. Can I ask other people that love and care about you to help as well? Yes. Great. Now we've got permission to get other people involved. We can start to do things to help that person move forward. But typically, especially with us guys, those answers aren't as forthcoming as we like them to be. So often that first question, can you do this alone? It's like, yep, I got it. And if that's the answer, but that they can't, you can sense that they're not able to do it at that time, then gently just speak to them and say, okay, great, that's great, you can do it yourself. Can you tell me what is it you've been doing? And they may tell you, well, okay, is it working? Do you feel like you're moving forward? And if the answer is yes, then great. Just encourage them to keep doing what they're doing. But most of the time in this situation, the answer is going to be, well, no, it's not working. Like, okay. Now we want to try and take away the overwhelm, because typically in that situation, we just see this massive, okay, I'm here, this is where I want to be, and that's their goal, is to get to that end point. So we need to break it down a little bit and say, okay, great, you can do this by yourself. There's some things that you're having trouble with right now. Let's break it down, not look at the big picture, but what's one step that you need to take to move towards that long-term goal that you're having trouble with? What's one thing that you're having trouble with that I may be able to help you with? And then hopefully you'll come down to just one thing that you can help with. And you go, okay, great, I got that. I'm here for you, I can help. I'll do that for you, I'll get that done. Okay, now we've got that, we're on top of that. Is there another thing, just one simple thing that is a bit challenging right now, and maybe someone else that loves and cares about you could maybe manage for you? And then hopefully we find that other thing. And then again, we can start to help that person move forward. Start to make them feel more comfortable with opening up, because when we're in the thick of it, our massive problems seem like such a burden to other people, so we don't want to burden them with that. But if we can find one little task that we're comfortable letting somebody else manage, then that might help start that process of accepting help. And this hopefully will just grow and grow and grow, where you help them with that little step, and somebody else helps them with their next little step. And then you stay in communication and you just ask, what's the next step? What can we do? And then just slowly, that progress is huge. When you start to feel that little bit of progress, when you feel trapped, when you feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Just that little bit of progress can make the world of difference to give you that confidence that there is hope, and there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And by just making these small steps with the support of the people around you, you'll get there. So guys, listening to your friends is super important. Please understand that they don't always want you to solve it. They want you to listen. But sometimes there's a time when they're stuck and they need that little push forward. So be that person for them, be there for them, give them that little supportive push to get them through. I hope that makes sense to a few people. I hope you can kind of have a think about that the next time you're speaking to somebody and they're asking for help, and see if you can be that person to get them through that little sticking point and start them moving towards that goal. Awesome, guys. As always, thanks for listening. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your comments, anything that has worked for you in the past. Have a great day, guys. Ciao.